Today we're launching Trump brackets. We're going to find out the very worst thing that Donald Trump has done. We had our audience submit hundreds of different possibilities. Then they voted to get it down to 64. So we're doing a March Madness style brackets, TrumpBrackets.com. We're going to ask you to vote every day. These polls will be open for 48 hours. They're like matches, and we've got seating, and we're going to give you the first 4 today. So make sure you go and check it out and vote, TrumpBrackets.com. And I love that this came out of Operation Hope, and it was Young Turks viewers who came up with this idea. So our first one ever, here we go, let the polling commence. For a #1 seed versus 16 seed. He called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles in the Constitution. That's the #1 seed in that bracket. And gazed directly at the sun during the 2017 total solar eclipse. That's a 16 seed. Okay, now that's obviously not that important. It's just his eyeballs that are getting scorched in that case. But we had voting to see which would make the brackets. There were worse things that didn't make it, but that one's pretty relatively easy one, I would hope. TrumpBrackets.com to vote on that. Hey, don't scroll away. Come back. Because before the video continues, we just want to urge you to lend your support to TYT. You power our honest reporting. You do it at tyt.com/team, and we love you for it. And now, we got a tough one. 8 seed versus a 9 seed. Said he could shoot someone in the middle of 5th Avenue and get away with it, versus kept Hitler's speeches by his bed. Okay, so if you don't remember him saying that he could shoot someone on 5th Avenue, take a look at this.
The people, my people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people? The polls. They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of 5th Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
That actually turned out to be one of the most prescient things he said. It's very unfortunate. And part of the reason that it's in there is because that attitude of I can get away with anything. And so, of course, when he was held accountable, he cried and cried. So, Anna, that's a close one according to the voting by the people. So, which one are you going with on that one?
I would go with kept Hitler's speeches by his bed.
I think that's the one I voted for too. I don't want to bias you guys too much.
He was just being informative about the first thing.
Okay, so that's the second matchup. We're doing 4 matchups a day, okay? And remember, they're only open 48 hours, so make sure you go to TrumpBrackets.com to vote. Third matchup is a 5 seed versus a 12 seed. Moved the US Embassy in Israel because a donor asked him to. That was Sheldon Adelson who asked him to, and he gave him $100 million in 2016 and in 2020. Now Miriam Adelson, his widow, is giving him about $100 million in this election. So you give that much money to Trump, he'll move an embassy. He'll give you full US foreign policy. That's only a 5 seed according to the voting. Imagine what the top seeds are. Anyway, the 12 seed is told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. You might remember that from the speech, of course, from the debate, I should say, back in 2020. In fact, let's take a look at it.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
Who would you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
Do you condemn them? And he tells them, no, get ready. And then they did get ready. And remember, they did attack the Capitol. That's amazing. Nevertheless, that's the 12 seed, and the 5 seed is basically handing out US foreign policy to a donor.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're both consequential. One of them has more of an impact on the world, so.
Yeah, the moving the embassy.
Yeah.
So for guys on that one, we dodged a bullet. I mean, when you dodge a bullet, you don't quite, especially if you didn't see the bullets, you have no idea the impact it could have had. So luckily, war didn't break out there, but that is saying that Israel should have Jerusalem, and hence our embassy is in Jerusalem, basically saying that the Arabs and the Muslim world shouldn't have East Jerusalem, could have easily ignited a giant war in the Middle East.
Yep.
So Mr. Anti-War did that too. So, all right, and then finally the 4th matchup is bragged about grabbing women by the, as you guys all know, legendarily, that's a 4 seed. Jesus, there's so many terrible things he did that's only a 4 seed. And the 13 seed is altered a hurricane forecast with a Sharpie. Hold on, I'm going to show you that picture because that picture is hilarious. But first, let's remember the legendary Access Hollywood tapes.
Yeah, that's her with the gold. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case they start kissing her.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the.
Remember, later he got sued by E. Jean Carroll, and her story was that that's exactly what he did. And the jury said, oh, she's definitely right, and gave her $5 million.
Yeah, it was a civil suit. They found him guilty of sexual abuse.
That's right. Because he pushed her into a dressing room and then grabbed her by the genitalia and kissed, just like he described in that tape many years after that event. Okay, so now this was much lighter, but this could have been dangerous as well. Remember the Sharpie? God, that is so unbelievably stupid.
I don't even remember why he did it. Why did he do it
You know
again?
why? Because he had made a mistake and said where it was gonna hit, but he was wrong. But he can never be wrong because he's so thin-skinned.
Oh my God.
So he drew in with a Sharpie, as you can see in that map, its path that the meteorologist said, no, it's not going there. So that caused evacuations from there, even though the hurricane wasn't going there. It diverted resources away from the places the hurricane was actually going to hit. That, by the way, that endangered the state of Florida. That mainly got hit by that hurricane. But he's like, nope, I'm never wrong. You see, the meteorologists say it's this, I drew it in, okay? Jesus Christ, man. I mean, look, any other president, imagine if Biden did that. People are worried about his mental decline and he draws in with a Sharpie the path of a hurricane. People would have been like, that's it, get him out, 25th Amendment. This guy's totally lost his mind. And for Trump, that was Tuesday. It's a 13 seat. Okay, go vote at TrumpBrackets.com. And at the end, obviously, we'll go through the entire brackets and we'll have the final four, and then we'll decide together what is the very worst thing Donald Trump has done. And by the way, spread the word. So tell your friends, neighbors, Democrats, independents, everybody can play. If the entire country plays this game, it could actually affect the election, because a lot of people have forgotten all the crazy things he's done. TrumpBrackets.com. Thanks for watching. If you become a member, you get to watch all this ad-free, except for, of course, this ad. Still, hit the join button below.